Alright, let's talk about India. A country that's often in the headlines for its vibrant festivals, spicy food, and of course, its blockbuster movies. But there's a new story unfolding. One that's not just about culture, but about transformation on a massive scale. For decades, when people thought of the Indian economy, three things came to mind: IT, Bollywood, and call centers. These industries put India on the global map, making it a household name for tech support, dazzling cinema, and software solutions. India was the world's back office, not its factory floor. Manufacturing? That was China's game, and for years India seemed content to let it stay that way. But beneath the surface, something was quietly shifting. While we were busy binge-watching Netflix specials about Indian matchmaking and dance competitions, India was quietly building something else. Factories. Not just any factories, but ones that rival the best in the world. Massive, state-of-the-art facilities are now producing everything from t-shirts to smartphones, from affordable cars to high-tech electronics. These aren't just small workshops. They're sprawling complexes humming with activity and innovation. The global supply chain is being rerouted, and a huge chunk now points to India. Ports are busier than ever, and logistics hubs are springing up across the country to handle the surge in exports. This isn't a small change, it's a tectonic shift. The world is watching as India steps up to become a major player in global manufacturing. India is moving from being the world's IT service provider to becoming its workshop. The same minds that powered the digital revolution are now driving a physical one. For years, the Made in label was dominated by a few key players. Now, India is entering the ring with 1 billion-plus people ready to work, innovate, and compete on a global scale. We're witnessing a country known for its culture and intellect roll up its sleeves and get to work. Engineers, designers, and workers are coming together to build products that are reaching every corner of the globe. This is India's industrial revolution happening right now, and it's changing the global economic landscape. Cities are transforming, skylines are dotted with new factories, and opportunities are multiplying. So, what sparked this fire? It wasn't an accident. It was the result of years of planning, investment, and a vision to make India a manufacturing powerhouse. It was a plan, a massive, government-backed push to turn India into a global hub for manufacturing. Policies, incentives, and infrastructure upgrades have all played a part. We're moving from bytes to bolts, from software to hardware. The skills that made India a tech giant are now being used to build real, tangible products. The country that gave the world yoga and the number 0 now wants to give it the next generation of cars, phones, and fashion. Indian brands are becoming global names, and international companies are setting up shop here. This is about a new identity. Proving India can build things, not just think them. It's about pride, ambition, and a future where Made in India stands for quality and innovation. And the world is taking notice. Investors, business leaders, and consumers are all watching as India steps onto the global stage. The game is on, and India is ready to play. How did this all kick off? Enter Make in India, a campaign that would soon become a turning point in the country's economic story. Launched in 2014, Make in India wasn't just a catchy phrase, it was a bold, ambitious strategy to transform the entire economy and put India on the global manufacturing map. The iconic lion made of Gear's logo sent a clear message. India was open for business, and not just for call centers or IT services, but for world-class factories and cutting-edge industries. The core idea was simple but powerful. Cut through the endless red tape, simplify complicated regulations, and roll out the red carpet for both local and global investors. Billions of dollars poured into production-linked incentives, essentially cash-back rewards for companies that set up factories in India and hit ambitious production targets. This campaign didn't just focus on 1 or 2 industries, it targeted 25 key sectors: automobiles, aviation, electronics, renewables, pharmaceuticals, textiles, and many more. The government realized that to truly compete, you need more than just cheap labor. You need world-class infrastructure, good roads, efficient ports, and reliable power. So a massive infrastructure upgrade began, with new highways, airports, and ports springing up across the country. These new highways, state-of-the-art airports, and modern ports created the backbone for a manufacturing boom, making it easier to move goods and connect with global markets. The message was loud and clear, echoing in boardrooms from Mumbai to Munich to Silicon Valley. India was ready to build for the world. Make in India quickly became more than a policy. It became a movement, sparking a new sense of national pride and purpose around manufacturing. It inspired young Indians, showing them that factory jobs could be just as prestigious and rewarding as software or tech careers. The government took on the role of hype man, rallying the nation and getting everyone, from CEOs to students, excited about building things in India. And now, that excitement is turning into real, tangible results. Indian-made products are making their mark on the world stage, and the journey is just getting started. If you want a symbol of how the world is changing, just look at your iPhone. This device, once a pure product of Silicon Valley design and Chinese manufacturing muscle, is now at the heart of a global shift. For years, every iPhone proudly declared, "Designed in California, assembled in China." It was a sign of the world's biggest tech partnership. But now, more and more iPhones are stamped with a new label, "Assembled in India." It's a quiet revolution but a powerful one. Apple is betting big on India's potential, and when Apple makes a move, the entire tech world sits up and takes notice. It all began with small steps, assembling older iPhone models. But India quickly showed it could meet Apple's famously high standards. Today, giants like Foxconn, Pegatron, and Wistron run sprawling factories in southern India, churning out the latest iPhones not just for Indian customers, but for people all over the globe. Just a few years ago, India's share of global iPhone production was barely 1%. It was a tiny sliver of the pie, but by the end of 2024, that number could soar to 25%. That's a massive leap in just a short time, and it's only the beginning. This transformation isn't just about putting phones together. It's about mastering a complex supply chain, training a new generation of skilled workers, and creating thousands of new jobs across the country. The Apple effect is real. It's sending ripples through India's electronics industry, inspiring other companies to follow Apple's lead. Because if you can build an iPhone, the world's most advanced smartphone, you can build just about anything. It's a message to every tech giant. India is ready for high-tech manufacturing, innovation, and global leadership. The Indian-made iPhone isn't just another gadget rolling off the line. It's a statement of ambition, skill, and a new chapter for India. The future of technology is being assembled right here, in India, and the world is watching. It's not just gadgets. Fast fashion is getting an Indian makeover. For years, brands like Zara and H&M sourced from India, but now the scale is exploding. Even Shein, the ultra-fast fashion giant, is tapping into India's textile expertise. India's deep history in textiles is now paired with modern, agile manufacturing. The entire supply chain, from cotton to finished garment, can happen locally, making India ultra-competitive. This vertical integration gives global brands the speed and control they need. The impact on employment is huge, especially for women. The garment industry is one of India's largest female employers, creating millions of jobs and economic empowerment. So, the next time you buy a trendy top, there's a good chance it passed through skilled hands in India. India is weaving itself into the fabric of the global economy. Let's talk numbers, because they tell the real story. India's manufacturing sector is projected to top $1 trillion by 2025. Its share of GDP is climbing from 15% toward a 25% target. Exports are booming, over $450 billion last year, with electronics leading the charge. Electronics exports have tripled, with smartphones at the forefront. India is now the world's second largest mobile phone manufacturer. This growth is creating jobs. Over 60 million people work in manufacturing, and that number is set to rise. It's about building a new middle class powered by industrial wages. Foreign direct investment is pouring in. Over $80 billion last year, much of it into manufacturing. Companies are building factories, R&D centers, and training facilities. The numbers paint a clear picture. India is on the rise. Why is every CEO suddenly obsessed with India? Two words: China plus one. For decades, the world relied on China for manufacturing. But the pandemic, rising costs, and geopolitical tensions changed everything. Now, companies want a backup plan: keep China, but add another hub. India is the top pick: huge population, massive market, and a government eager for investment. But it's not just about being not China. India's demographics are a dream: world's largest youth population, median age 28, and low labor costs. Infrastructure is catching up. New highways, ports, and renewable energy projects are coming online. The timing is perfect. A perfect storm of opportunity for global manufacturing. Is everything perfect? Not even close. India's manufacturing boom faces real challenges. Bureaucracy is still a hurdle. State-level red tape can be a nightmare. Infrastructure is improving, but last-mile connectivity and power reliability need work. Water management is a growing concern in industrial areas. Environmental risks are real. More factories mean more pollution. India must enforce stricter regulations and invest in green tech to grow sustainably. Land acquisition is another headache. Buying land for factories is slow and politically sensitive. Overcoming these hurdles is key to unlocking India's full potential. Factories and workers aren't enough. The real challenge is skills. Millions are ready to work, but do they have the right training? The skills gap is real. Many are trained for agriculture or low-end services, not high-tech manufacturing. The government's Skill India initiative aims to train hundreds of millions in relevant skills. Companies like Apple and Samsung are building training centers to upskill workers. India needs more polytechnics, apprenticeships, and industry-academia collaboration. If India can train its youth, it won't just assemble products, it'll design and innovate them. A skilled workforce is the foundation of a true manufacturing powerhouse. So is India the next global manufacturing powerhouse? The potential is undeniable. This isn't just about replacing China, there's room for more than one giant. India is carving out its own identity as a reliable, democratic, and sophisticated industrial hub. The journey is long, with setbacks and challenges, but the momentum is real. A manufacturing boom will lift millions out of poverty and create a powerful middle class. It will rebalance global supply chains and bring more competition and innovation. India is no longer just the world's back office. It's building the front office, the factory floor, and the R&D lab. The lion made of gears is starting to roar. The age of Made in India has begun, and you'll want a front row seat.